Good afternoon, Belize. I'm Isana Cayetano, and it's time for your midday check-in with News 5. Here are the top stories to keep you in the loop. The Ministry of Health and Wellness recalls all outdoor workout equipment in cities and towns across the country after research shows excessive levels of lead. A flurry of lawyer letters follows the surrender of Shine Barrow's diplomatic passport. The former opposition leader is taking legal action against 7 News, BNN, and hot off the press. And we'll have an update on the rebuilding of the Queen Street Baptist Church 5 weeks after it was destroyed by an early morning fire. These stories and more are coming up in just 1 minute.
For 32 years, I've been delivering impactful news across print, radio, and television. With extensive training both locally and internationally, I bring you the top stories on News 5 every night, covering special assignments including Taiwan's historic swearing-in of President Tsai Ing-wen in 2016 and the ICJ's role in territorial disputes from The Hague in 2018 has broadened my global perspective. I use all these experiences to bring you the very best on News 5 live at 6. I am News 5.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is recalling several pieces of workout equipment installed in parks nationwide. The outdoor fitness equipment, painted yellow and red, has been found to contain excessive levels of lead. This discovery comes after research and testing by Dr. Joaquin Urbina, Assistant Professor of Chemistry at the University of Belize, in collaboration with Dr. Adam Kiefer and Dr. Adi Burke from Mercer University in Georgia. On Wednesday, Dr. Melissa Diaz-Musa, Director of Public Health and Wellness, informed mayors across all municipalities about the findings. Back in 2019, the government of Belize, through the Ministry of Health and the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan, launched the first ever Wellness Parks initiative, installing 8 sets of workout equipment in municipalities across the country. Due to the varying levels of lead found in the paint, it's crucial that this equipment is removed and safely disposed of as soon as possible. Former opposition leader Moses Shine Barrow is demanding a retraction and apology from 7 News Belize, claiming they defamed him in a report about his diplomatic passport. Through his lawyers at W.A. Lindo LLP, Barrow alleges that the media house, led by news director Jules Vasquez, falsely suggested he resisted returning his diplomatic passport to the government of Belize. The controversial report aired on March 26th and posted on 7 News Belize's Facebook page with the headline, GOB says to Shine, game over, yanks this diplomatic passport, claimed that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs had instructed Barrow to return his passport and that he was reluctant to comply. However, Barrow's attorneys argue that he had already handed over the passport earlier that morning at around 10:51 a.m., hours before the report was published. The letter to Vasquez and Tropical Vision Limited, 7 News' parent company, states that the report was designed to damage Barrow's reputation, making him look defiant and uncooperative. In related news, Barrow has sent a cease and desist letter to Belize News Network, BNN, also accusing them of spreading false and defamatory statements about his diplomatic passport. The letter from Pitts and Associates on Barrow's behalf demands the immediate removal of a March 26th article on BNN's Facebook blog. The article allegedly claimed that Barrow refused to return his diplomatic passport and had stolen government property. Barrow's attorneys refute these claims, stating that he voluntarily returned the passport to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs via his staff before the article was published. They argue that BNN's post was not only inaccurate, but also intended to cause intentional embarrassment and malicious harm to Barrow's reputation. The cease and desist letter outlines the following demands. 1. Immediate removal of the defamatory statements from all media platforms. 2. A formal retraction and public apology approved by Barrow's attorneys. 3. Payment of damages for reputational harm. 4. A commitment from BNN to refrain from publishing any further defamatory material about Barrow. The letter warns that failure to comply within 14 days could lead to legal action in Belize's High Court. It also notes that BNN's Facebook posts could face penalties under the Belize Cybercrimes Act. Classes have found their new normal after an early morning fire a month ago destroyed the Queen Street Baptist Church and damaged part of the school building. Today, Pastor Lloyd Stanford shared with News 5 that while there are ambitious plans to rebuild the church at an estimated $2.2 million, they might need to adjust those plans for a more cost-effective structure.
That figure that I gave was a startup figure that was given to me by an engineer. As we look at, well, the engineer that I got that from said, you know, if you're going to build, it will not be a wooden structure, for instance, and therefore that changed the whole picture of what it would look like. But as to the defined amount, I'm still working on that approximately figure. But when the engineer that we are working with now will go through all of this and give us a figure, that will be the more figure that we're going to be working with. We would have to attack this by phase, you know. And so we say, all right, we're doing phase one. All right, here's it, phase one. And phase one should send a strong encouragement that it's coming. And then, again, as the engineer would give us his plan, then we can say phase one, phase two, phase three, or whatever it is, until it's completed.
But then the lower flat will be what?
Now, the lower flat have always been used as a school, always, and it will continue to do so. The lower flat has some classroom, and it also houses the kitchen that we feed the children. So that will be back in place as well.
The Belize Zoo and Tropical Education Center has adopted Grace, a juvenile tapir rescued earlier this month. Celso Poot is the director of the Belize Zoo.
Grace was rescued in the village of La Gracia. The Belize Wildlife Referral Clinic was called out to rescue Grace, who was separated from her mother by a fire. And she spent the first couple days at the clinic, of course, under the care of Dr. Isabel, making sure that she was okay, rehydrating, and all the other medical stuff that they need to do for an orphan that was lost from its mother.
How will she have a better life now at the Belize Zoo?
It's thankfully we have experience in raising tapir calves. We've raised two in the last couple of years that were born right here at the zoo. So we just take from that experience and apply that to Grace's situation.
That's a wrap for the news at noon. But don't worry, there's plenty more coming your way at 6 p.m. We'll dive deeper into these stories and more. In the meantime, visit channel5belize.com and follow us on Facebook for real-time updates. And don't miss Open Your Eyes on Monday morning for fresh takes on today's headlines. Thanks for tuning in, Belize. Stay informed, stay inspired, and have a fantastic afternoon.